Every patriot that's here, I want to say to you, we're going to mass deport them.
Hey, folks, welcome back. News on another rally, this one in the Western Cape. Patriotic Alliance President Gayton McKenzie had the Athlone Stadium in Cape Town roaring with support as he spoke during the party's victory rally on Saturday, May 11th. News 24 reports that more than 30,000 supporters packed the stadium. McKenzie is both the Patriotic Alliance's candidate for president and its Western Cape premier candidate. Now, the Patriotic Alliance is a party that scored just 6,660 votes, or 0.04% in the 2019 elections. They're looking to cement themselves as the government in waiting through an outright majority or coalition. Now, the talk of an outright majority is just that, talk. The Patriotic Alliance has zero chance of claiming a majority in the Western Cape. However, it could be a kingmaker in parts of the country and even nationally. Patriotic Alliance leader Gayton McKenzie told colored voters in the Western Cape at Athlone on Saturday that, "I am not going to beg you for your vote. You will vote for the PA. For far too long, we've been overlooked and pushed to the ground. Those days are over."
Colored people have been written out of the history books of South Africa.
Now, he was speaking at the party's rally at this, as I said, Athlone Stadium in Cape Town, which was filled to capacity with over 30,000 supporters, according to News 24. Reportedly, thousands more people were unable to enter the stadium and had to congregate outside. McKenzie spoke for just under 50 minutes and repeated several points from the party's manifesto, including South Africa needs God, the reintroduction of prayers in school and workplaces. That ought to open some eyes. Sending young people for military service, because people should be ashamed that our children are becoming welfare recipients as they're unemployed and rely on a 350 Rand social grant. Well, people should be ashamed of that, but military service isn't how you fix that. Restoring the death penalty for murder. He said, "My regime, if you kill somebody, you'll also be killed." And if the party is in power on June 1st, he will get rid of all illegal foreigners. Focusing on securing the largest block of Western Cape voters, coloreds, McKenzie appealed directly to them.
You shall read about Walter Sisulu that went to jail at Robben Island, but you will never read about Neville Alexander that also went to Robben Island.
Yeah, I want to explain to you what colored people go through in South Africa. And if this offends you, I'm happy, because it should offend you. You don't have to know our lives for too long. Colored mense lief met die ding van gie, maar net wat jy het, Malani. Just give me what you have, my boss. That stops today. There'll be no more of that. Wow, powerful words. McKenzie said the PA was a pro-Israel party, given its biblical roots and beliefs. Addressing Christian-Muslim relations, Gayton McKenzie said the following: "I don't have the right to tell a Muslim to go against the Holy Quran. Who am I to tell a Muslim? You must not follow the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. I can't do that. I will never do that. But in the same breath, no Muslim should tell me I should not follow the Holy Bible. I will never stop following. I must. I believe in the God of Abraham. I'm a child of God. My Bible tells me that if you curse Israel, you shall curse yourself." Just a week ago, the Patriotic Alliance won 2 wards in the Western Cape province, which the Democratic Alliance and the African National Congress had previously controlled. In Oudtshoorn, the PA secured a ward with 1,279 votes, or 65.4%, an impressive showing. And with 853 votes, or 40.18% of the vote, it clinched the other ward in the Swartland municipality. Now, are these modest vote totals indicative of a Patriotic Alliance surge in the Western Cape? Does 30,000 supporters rocking up Athlone equate to 30,000 or more election day votes? That remains to be seen. What we can say is that Gayton McKenzie does indeed seem to be generating enthusiasm on the campaign trail. May 29th will determine whether or not that is genuine and sufficient to make the PA a player in forming a coalition. The PA's limited experience in government thus far does not augur well for the party, however, should voters be looking for capacity in government. However, in South Africa, as elsewhere, one often needs only appeal to base emotions to win an election. The Patriotic Alliance's anti-illegal immigrant and South Africa First agenda does appeal to many folks. But the question remains, will they become voters? Whatever the party's prospects, one thing is very clear. Gayton McKenzie is taking his personal dispute with Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen to new heights, with a focus bordering on the bizarre.
Ek is hier vandag, John Steenhuisen, sy gaan, sy sê, what do they want in Western Cape? Wat soek hulle in die Western Cape? Wat soek hulle? Hey!
Now, both parties purport to be seeking to unseat the African National Congress, but both appear to be targeting each other, particularly John Steenhuisen and Gayton McKenzie. Why, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. The Patriotic Alliance does not have the broad support legacy media keeps claiming the party has throughout the country, but it is making headway in the Western Cape among colored voters. That is the DA's core constituency, a group whose votes they must retain to maintain an outright majority in the Western Cape. That majority may very well be in play with the African National Congress, according to the Ipsos poll, the EFF, the Freedom Front Plus, the Referendum Party, and the Patriotic Alliance, all supposedly gaining ground. But let's see what happens on May 29th. McKenzie's attacks on John Steenhuisen sound very personal, but are more likely just to garner press and support from disaffected Democratic Alliance colored voters. Now, in other news with the Patriotic Alliance, PA Deputy President Kenny Kunene told the Daily Maverick newspaper that the party's next major stop would be a rally in Tshwane just before the elections, in a bid to show symbolically that the party was taking over the Union Buildings, the seat of government. Well, good luck with that. We'll all be watching. And what will South Africans do on May 29th? Will the Patriotic Alliance be a force that many claim it is, or is this simply another flash in the pan? I predict that the Patriotic Alliance could be a kingmaker in the Western Cape if the Freedom Front Plus doesn't do well, if the Referendum Party doesn't do well, and if the DA slips below 50%, and those other two things happen. Otherwise, just a lot of smoke. Let's wait and see. Gayton McKenzie, what comes next?